Hello, first graders! Today we are going to be reading the story Life at Home. You do not have this story in any of your textbooks, so what you're going to do is just sit back and listen. You can follow along on the video because you will be able to see the text as I read it. This week we are learning all about what life was like a long time ago compared to what life is like now. Some of the things that we have around us, we used those exact same things many years ago, hundreds of years ago. But some things have changed that people used a long time ago and we don't use them anymore, or they look different. So during this story, we're going to be looking to see how is life different than it was long ago. So, on this first page, we can see this little girl is in a house. It looks like she is carving the skin off of some apples. If you look around in the background, is that what your house looks like today? Has home life changed a lot since long ago? Yes, it has. So if we look at this picture, it says, long ago, many families cooked, worked, and slept in one room. So this is their whole house right here. And they have the kitchen in here where they're cooking. They might have the living room where they're sitting to relax by the fire. And this might be where they sleep. Is that what your house looks like? Does your family do everything all in the same room? Cooking, sleeping, relaxing. I sure don't at my house. Here we have a family in their living room. Today, families can live in large homes that have lots of space. A long time ago, homes had just one room. People ate and slept in that same room. Nowadays, I don't know about you, but my house has a living room, that's where we relax. It has a kitchen and dining room, that's where we cook and we eat. We have bedrooms, that's where we sleep. How about you? How did people cook and bake long ago? A home had a brick fireplace with a pole and a huge pot hung on this pole. People cooked in this big pot. So you can see in this picture, instead of having a stove or an oven or even a microwave, you had to build a fire and you had to hang the big pot on a hook. So long ago, there was an oven at the side of the fireplace and bread was baked there. Do you bake your own bread? So then we have over here, similar. This is how we cook now. Today, stoves can use gas or electricity. So today, most houses have a stove and an oven or a microwave that you can cook in instead of a big pot hanging in a fire. Now we use a stove to cook and bake things. We still use pots, but these pots are not as big as that old pot. No way. Back then, kids helped out a lot. A boy helped his dad plant crops. A girl helped her mom inside the home. She made socks and caps. It takes a long time to make those things. So here you have the girl inside. This is called a spinning wheel. Do you see the spinning wheel in the picture? And it was used to spin wool into yarn. So they would get wool from a sheep. It's like the fuzzy stuff that's on a sheep. And they would use this machine to spin it and it would turn into yarn. You know what yarn is, like a string. Then they would use those strings to knit or sew socks and clothes together. That's how they would make clothes and blankets. That's what the girls did, and the boys were usually outside planting seeds to make crops, to make food, fruits and vegetables. They would tend to the cows and horses and all kinds of things. Today, people buy most of the things they need and want at the grocery store. Some people still will plant a garden. Do you have a garden that you eat fruits and vegetables from? Now we shop for things such as socks and caps. We shop for things to eat as well. Most of us will go to a store to buy clothes. Do you know anyone that can make their own clothes? Back then, people got water from a well. Then they filled up a big tub and washed things. In the past, people washed dishes in a tub made of wood. So here's the big tub. So instead of a washing machine, they didn't have a washing machine. The people were washing machines. And they would put water and soap in a big tub, and they would scrub the clothes in the tub. Today, it's easy to wash dishes in a sink or a dishwasher. Now, people can wash things in a sink. We can wash dishes in a dishwasher too. Life is not as hard today as it was long ago. That is for sure. It's much easier now that we have different machines, but long ago they didn't have all these machines to help them. Lucky for us. Once you're done listening to this story, go ahead and click the next slide and answer the 4 questions about the story.